Now, the global tariff war has entered a new phase. President Donald Trump has imposed tariffs of over 125% on Chinese imports, sharply escalating tensions between the world's two largest economies. Trump took to his social media handle to announce this latest reversal. He blamed China for recent global market rout and is now engaged in a direct confrontation with a critical trade partner. This latest move by Trump could have direct implications for the world already embroiled in war and geopolitical tensions. Let's first recap the trade ties between the two nations. Last year, bilateral trade in goods totaled $585 billion. The US imported $440 billion worth of goods from China, while exporting $145 billion, resulting in a $295 billion trade deficit. A key grievance for Trump, tariffs from both Trump and Biden administration had already reduced China's shares of US imports from 21% in 2016 to 13% in 2024. This tariff battle targets critical goods. The US imports electronics, smartphones, batteries and other toys from China. Smartphones alone account for 9% of US imports from China, many assembled there by US firms like Apple, which has seen a 20% drop in market value in recent weeks. Meanwhile, China relies on the US for soybeans, pharmaceuticals and petroleum. With tariffs now as high as 84%, prices for Chinese consumers are set to rise. The situation is further complicated by tariff evasion routes. US officials say Chinese goods are being rerouted through Vietnam, Malaysia, Cambodia and Thailand. New reciprocal tariffs on those countries may further raise prices for US buyers, especially for solar panels, electronics and batteries. Together, the United States, China account for 43% of the global GDP. An all-out trade war could weigh on global growth, investment and market stability. China has already restricted exports of strategic metals like germanium and gallium, vital for defense and AI applications. On the other side, the US could intensify its technology blockade, targeting Chinese access to advanced microchips. Analysts also warn of a global dumping risk. China is already running $1 trillion goods surplus, with excess products like steel potentially flooding global markets at artificially low prices. The ripple effects of this economic confrontation are now being felt worldwide, and they are only just beginning. And for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Listen to this.
President Trump has escalated his trade war with China, imposing a 125% tariff on Chinese goods following China's retaliatory hike of 84%. And while President Trump did implement a 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs for many countries, China was notably excluded. After this news broke out, billionaire investor Bill Ackman praised the president, calling all of this, quote, brilliantly executed and textbook art of the deal, referring to President Trump's book. Ackman, who had urged President Trump to allow space for these tariffs and negotiations, warned that without a pause, many small businesses could ultimately face bankruptcy. Now, this tariff pause and the announcement also helped ease global market fears. The Dow surged 2,000 points after the announcement. However, it's safe to say that recession fears and concerns loom as the U.S.-China trade standoff intensifies. And what it does is basically exposes economic vulnerabilities. President Trump says that he's confident China will come to the negotiating table. We'll have to wait and see. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World This Way.